Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name's Mark and my daughter Tiana, and it is a overcast day, which is good because it was very sunny yesterday, and we got a little bit of color, which is kind of nice, but gotta watch your color. I would like to wish all of you mothers out there a happy Mother's Day and a very special Mother's Day to my mother. So I'm thinking about you and love you. We are going to take David and Daphne down. We have moved them out onto the deck. So they're slowly migrating out. We had them out with all the other goats yesterday, and we're going to take them out. Hey, where's your mom? Yeah, you want to go down here? There you go. Okay, we're out. You already had your bottle. There's David.
Come on, David!
No, don't follow the cameraman. All right, there we go. Distract the other animals. There we go. This is what they're calling about.
Hi.
Kids
Hi.
aren't listening. Come on, David. Yes, grass. Oh, it's good, eh? Actually, that looks like a feather. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Yes, we're gonna go out here. Here, there you go. There you go. Good job. Good job. So if you remember, we had Giz. That was one of Coco's. It was the runt. Her health went up and down. Unfortunately, we did lose her last week. So she had a bout of, well, she had some bugs. She had a cold, and she was getting better. She was drinking more, and then she dropped off. So we did everything we could for her, but unfortunately, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Okay, so these guys have their piles of hay. And as you can see, all the water's gone. This was, probably about a foot deep, probably at least a foot deep of water all through here. It was overland flooding, but as we suspected by Tuesday, it was completely dry. So that is excellent. A gate we have to fix. This gate has seen a lot. Usually it's between Sheldon and Turbo, one on either side, and they like to try to headbutt each other. Of course, the gate seems to suffer. Oh yes, the dogs remind us. The dogs remind us that Edgar is now outside. Hi, Edgar. So he's outside, and so is well, he's fixed, but he does have a little mate, which is, and should be easy to find because she is white. She's probably inside, yeah, she's inside that tube. So that's Bun Bun in there. And then we have all of our special little ones out here with Henry outside. And we've got Scooby in there. And a few of the other ones as well. So they're hanging out in this area here. It's our special pen. And the alpaca and sheep are getting their hay. All right, so Tara, what did we find, or what did Tiana find yesterday?
I won't see them because it's not sunny out.
Yeah.
She found 2 of the 3 turtles were back. And that makes me so excited. It just means that we built it right so that they like it. So, and then one day maybe baby turtles. which I grew up catching turtles, so I absolutely love turtles and frogs.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can...
yeah, it's not sunny out, but...
Yeah, see if we can see them. All the ice is off the pond, of course, as you can see, and that only happened days ago. And then Tara was eager to get the pump in to get the water flowing. And all the birds are loving it. So we've got Glenn, the Canadian goose there. And he has his mate, Gwen, which is over here.
He still loves you guys. He's just a little pain in the butt to us. Right?
Oh, Fernando.
We love him. We won't eat him, I promise.
This is literally biting the hand that feeds you. Oh, Fernando. He's turned into a grumpy old man. We've got to go back and figure out the actual year he came in and how old he is. We figure he's about 8 to 10, somewhere in that region. And of course, as I showed in the last video, the longest recorded Tom turkey, or I guess turkey in general, was 12 years, 4 months, I think it was. And so today is the day we take down the plastic. So all this plastic from the winter is all coming down around the outside, which is going to open up things. And then we've got to figure out what we're going to do with the rabbit and bird winter enclosure. I'm thinking we're going to remove it off of the end and then have it so that we can take out the 4 bolts, 1 on or 2 on each side, and then the whole section then comes out and moves over, and then we can take our tractor right in there to clean it out. So that's something we're going to have to play around with and figure out what we're going to do. So this is all that's kind of left of the water in this area, our overflow, which is still going to drain down because this section here isn't lined as the pond is. So it'll drain down to the lower level. And see who's, I think Turbo must be in here. On the pigs. No, just the pigs. Looks like the pigs are lining up for breakfast. Okay, so all the birds are out. Our water lines are still frozen. So the water line that goes from the well to the barn out here is still frozen. So our automatic watering system is currently offline. It is nice out, but the ground, unfortunately, is still a little frozen down deeper. What is it, Fernando? Oh, you're trying to impress me, are you? All right, so this is kind of what I was talking about. We're going to remove the poly from the front here, and then from the sides, I believe what we're going to do is we're going to roll them up, because yesterday, with it being sunny, it was actually quite warm in there. So we've got these boards that are kind of mounted down along the bottom. So we're going to undo those and roll them up and probably attach them up higher so the sides are open to the air. Oh, that looks like Billy. I can see Billy Idol's hairdo bouncing around in there. A little bit of a, I don't know what happened with this. Billy! Billy! Oh, he's going to try to bite me. Billy! So Billy is another character that, well, you always get that rooster that is, well, hard to deal with. There he is. Billy! Billy! Hey! He's always in the female rabbit pen. And there's the female rabbits. So speaking of the rabbits, we have, well, it's all the roosters are over here. So we have, I believe, 2 left in here. Yeah, there they are. There they are, both right there. Hi, boys. And they have actually found a home. So yesterday we had some people that came in and informed us they were looking for a couple boys. So that's it. This pen will then be completely empty. so we can properly and easily clean it out. And, of course, wait for the next batch. Now, speaking of next batches, came in here the other day. Oh, no, stay in, girls. Stay in. And I forget what I was actually doing in here the other day. We had an escapee, and we were trying to figure out where she got out from. But we couldn't find any openings, so we're kind of unsure as to... Everything's wired here. Hi, what are you doing? Hi. And then there's wire also underneath. So when I was in here looking around, I saw this girl here and a pile of fur. So I stuck my hand in here to see what was going on, and well, this is what's going on. We have a bunch of little bunnies, so we were trying to figure out, how did this happen? Did we mess up on sexing one of the rabbits? And did a male get stuck in here? So we'll just cover them back up again. Got some rabbit poop on me. So what we had thought about it, we're thinking, how did this happen? And we remembered that female actually came in a couple weeks ago. And what it was a family that had 2 rabbits, again, thinking they're the same sex, buying them from somewhere else that didn't know how to properly sex them, and it turned out it was a boy and a girl. So they kept the boy, and they took another boy with them, and left the girl here. Of course, the girl was already pregnant. So we were like, oh, okay, well, that's a sigh of relief, because we have, I don't know, 8, 10 female rabbits in here, and it would be horrible to have a boy, well, probably not horrible for him, but horrible for us, having a boy in with all these girls. What are you doing up here? Oh, and there's your mate. Okay, you waiting for her to have her bath? Don't be messing up the pony's water. They get in here and they mess this stuff up. So I think what we're going to end up doing, I don't see them out there. They must be up front. I think what we're going to end up doing is we are going to, once our water unfreezes, which comes out of the tap right over here, I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to wire up this here. So that's, they could still jump up here and possibly bathe in there. But they do have clean outs on them. We'll have to clean this out. So this has worked really well. This is the little spring from Gallagher. This has worked excellent over the winter months. So we've got 2 of them. We've got one in here for the ponies, and then we've got another one for the other animals in the back. So if you want more information on this, I can put a link down in the description. And we've even got a code for you to get 10% off if you buy online or in a brick and mortar store. I found them. Here they are. So Tara dumped off some hay, probably picked up a couple bales from the barn, threw them over the fence here, threw some over the fence. So trees here, we've got maples that we lined the driveway with. When is the best time to plant a tree? Well, probably about 20 years ago, which is when these trees were planted. This one here I actually planted a little too close to the light pole. So as you can see, that is, it's not great. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one down. But the goats like to use it as a scratching post. So what I did with the other one here, I cut that off. They had kind of killed it. And I left this section up here so they could still rub on it. So what I'll probably do is cut these 2 off, cut them off here and here. Get rid of that, and that will open up that section there. You can see how close these maples. I think I went every 10 feet or something, which is way too close for maple. Here you can also see the maples that are lining the driveway as well. And so some are doing better than others. Billy, what are you doing? He's bouncing from pile to pile. Oh, look at this. He's back. Billy, are you playing with them? Maybe he just wants to sit at the table with them. Have breakfast together like a family. Oh, maybe not. Billy, that wasn't nice. He just gave Meadow a little bump with his horns. See? Now they've left you. So yesterday we had our first open farm of the year. Because of all the water that we had here and the blizzard we had the week previous, we just couldn't open. So it was a mainly sunny day, very windy. We had a really good turnout. We had a market set up, so we invite any crafters or even people with garage sale items to come out and set up their booths in our yard here, and then of course we have visitors that come in and see the animals. So right after that was our first goat yoga session. So we have a new instructor this year who is teaching the class, so it was kind of a little bit of a learning curve for her as well, but it was a great success. So Tara's been using the snowblower quite often during the winter, and we couldn't figure out what happened to our sign. It's seen better days, so we're gonna have to make another one. The snowblower was set to throw kind of over into that pen, and it kind of obliterated the signage. Oh, look at our two house goats, David and Daphne. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You playing King of the Castle? Are you? They're out here learning to be goats. The problem with raising goats, kid goats in the house, is they don't actually learn to be goats. They learn to be more like dogs. So getting them outside here and getting them back in with their own kind. Of course, a recap on this is Blackie, which is their mother. She wasn't producing enough milk for them, and she developed pink eye. So we had to pull them and bring them in the house. There was really no option, was there, David? No. So Blackie is still in the house, in the barn. She's going to be there probably for another week or so until it clears up completely. Actually, we'll go in and see her progress. And the kids, or the house goats, we'll call them, they were out playing with the other kids. So they were out learning to be goats, which is great to see. So when speaking of the other goats, let's see if I can get all the names. All right. So we have, that's Platoon, no, that's Billie Jean. Billie Jean, so she's got, actually Petunia is Sugar and Spice. Yes. So Petunia, which is here, so we have, well, it's Little Snow or Sugar, and then Spice. So those are her two kids. And then we have Coco. Now Coco had Little Giz, which was the runt, and then she has her two, which is Ross and, oh, what's the other one? Joey. I knew there's Joey, Ross, and Chandler, which of course is the Friends. So that's what they've been named after. Their new owners have named them, I guess they're Friends fans. And Chandler is Holly's, so which is the brownish one here. And then of course you have Moana. I think Tara named her that. Our little cow. And then I guess, oh right, who are we missing?
Who's Joe?
Oh right, who I started out with.
Yep.
So Billie Jean, and then we have Mabel and Myrtle. I don't know where those names come from. Look at her go! Yeah, Fernando, you cheering her on? He's still over there. Yeah, no, that's good. To air it all out. So once that gets dry over on the other side, once it dries out, of course, then we'll be able to bring the tractor in. So this upright here is kind of a temporary upright. This is the opening. But I think what we're going to do is that side, we should be able to disconnect and that whole wall come off. And then these are kind of more of a temporary as well. What are you guys doing up there? Yeah. Making all kinds of noise. So this is kind of temporary, so we can actually disconnect this as well. Here is the other Little Springs water. So it's not fastened and mounted permanently, so we can actually move it around. So what we'll probably do is we'll block off, we'll have everybody out there, we'll block this off, pull the end off, and then we will bring the tractor in from that side and clear it all out. There we go, the view from the barn. Probably one of the best views you can have. The pond, the lighthouse, and an alpaca poop pile. Somebody was surprised, some visitors, we had open farm yesterday, and had a bunch of people out, and they said, why, like, have you trained all of your animals to just poop in this one spot? And we said, no, the alpaca do that. So the alpaca are the ones that will always go to the bathroom in the same spot. Alright, so as you can see here, this is just a temporary post that we've stuck in the ground. And then just kind of mounted it, screwed it on there, and then closed up one section. Just to minimize any kind of opening for winter, because this is all they need. And just keep it nice and warm and cozy inside. Usually the turtles are sitting on a sunny day, on usually right over in that area right there. They're sunning, but I don't really see them. So I think, oh, wait a minute. That might be one right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is one. Usually you can't get too close to them. Right there. So there we go. I see the one, but I don't see the other one. Let's see how close we can get here. So there we go. There's one. The other one must be in the water. But they'll often come out here along the side and sun. It's away from people, so they don't have to worry about people or animals because they're on the other side of the pond. Alright, so we're in the barn here. And we have Blackie. Hi, girl. And as you can see on the right side, on her left eye, so it still has a little bit of a white there. But her eye was completely covered in white. So she is getting better. So we had actually talked to our vet about this and using polysporin eye drops for pink eye. And that has done the trick, hasn't it, girl? Now you can see better, hey? So we're not sure about how long it is contagious for. It's probably no longer contagious, but we just don't want to take the risk. So Tara's garden. So this is something that's going to be starting up in the coming weeks, I guess. This is something new that we're doing this year. Somebody had actually commented about how we keep our bales together. So we started off by doing a straw bale garden. And we found that there just wasn't enough nutrients in it. It's got a compost for a few years. So what we had done, or what we are doing, is we're actually breaking down the bales. There was bales in the center run here in this archway. She's breaking down the bales, and then she's putting them in the base in these. She picked these up at a store we have here in Canada called PV Mart, and they had a really good sale of them. So she picked up I don't know how many. There was probably about 60 of them or 70 of them, but they were a steal of a deal. So she's kind of lined them up like this. She's put a board in here as a separation. I guess she can plant something in between them as well. And then, of course, so we've got this area here that she's reconfiguring. She's going to top off the compost with soil, and then she's going to use alpaca or rabbit poop. And that can go directly on it. You can actually see on the top of the bales here, there is some rabbit poop that she's got on there. So it doesn't burn and it works right away. And her garden was, well, quite phenomenal last year. So this is something now that things are drying up. This is something that she's going to be working on. So stay tuned for that coming up. So somebody had asked a question in the last video, or actually more of a recommendation about raising the house. Make sure you raise your buildings, raise the house, because of course all the floodwaters. Here it's localized flooding, so it's overland flooding. The Red River Valley, which is where the Assiniboine and the Red River meet here in Manitoba, right in downtown Winnipeg, that is a low spot, and it follows right down to the US border, and all of that is floodplain. And because of the blizzard we had this year and the rain, I believe we're kind of right up there at the top as the #1 or #2 amount of rain ever on the record. Currently, the water is built up around Morris, Manitoba, which is directly south of Winnipeg. And what they've done is they've built berms around the entire town. And it's just kind of an oasis in the middle of a floodplain. So that's quite incredible. Now, this is actually our basement door. So this area here has a high water table. And because of the overland flooding, when we built the house, we decided to build the basement right on grade, or it's actually 2 feet below grade. And then you step up 2 feet, and there's a 10-foot basement in there. So you step up 2 feet to come to this door here, and it's worked perfect. I have checked my sump pit over the past few weeks, and it is bone dry. There's nothing but dust in there, which is something that can't be said by a lot of people. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them down below. Click on that like button. It does help us out. And of course, if you're not subscribed, click on that subscribe button. Again, I'd like to wish all of you mothers out there a very special day, including my own. Love you, Mom. And we will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.